will.
There you
Let's
go.
see if we can.
She has a way with her. She's not nervous.
Okay.
Well, I've been telling stories here in Taos since the days of Kathleen Summit. Does anybody remember her?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was one of our older storytellers who grew up in South Dakota and used to go out into the countryside and sit in the Indian circles and hear them tell stories. So she started the storytelling here, and people like Rob Hawley and Leah Alexander continued it, and now Gail Kramer has kept us going for quite a few years. So we're really happy to see you all here today. I'm really surprised to have such a great turnout. Thank you for coming. So I'm going to tell you what we call a fractured fairy tale. Do you know what they are? A fractured fairy tale is when you just take a basic story and you crack it, and you hear it go crack, and you'll hear this one go crack pretty easily. This is about once upon a time, there was a little girl, and her name was Goldilocks. You've probably heard of her. I don't know why they called her that, because her hair was red. And Goldilocks was very smart, and she would have been called ADD in our day, but she was just really active, and she had a lot of energy, and she was always getting into something, and she was bored a lot. And she had been spying on her neighbors, the 3 bears who lived in the woods. She lived on the edge of the village, and she couldn't get in very often to play with her friends, so she was kind of lonely. And she would go out into the woods and spy on the bears. And one thing she found out about the bears was that every Sunday they went to church and left the house open. So her mother took her to church too, but her mother would be in church and she'd be downstairs in Sunday school, and there was a little, I gotta go to the bathroom, can you go to the bathroom? Okay, she goes to the bathroom, but she doesn't come back. She slips out, runs down the road. She didn't have much time, but she thinks she can do it. Gets to the little bear's house, and sure enough, nobody's home, because the bears have gone to church too. But you know where the bears go to church? They go to church in the forest. So they were off there in the forest doing their thing. Now the bear family was a little different from the bears that you know. These bears, Papa Bear was an entrepreneur. Papa Bear he was a good businessman, and the bear family knew where all the honey was in the forest, and they went up the trees, and they were very good at it, and they came down and they got the honey, and they bottled it. Mama Bear helped with that part, and then they went down to the village every Saturday, and they marketed it to the villagers, who paid a rather high price for the local honey, but they figured it was worth it because they couldn't get it anywhere else. The bears had a monopoly on this. Now, Papa Bear was getting pretty rich, doing really okay in the honey business. And there was just one drawback to that, is that he then drove all the other bears out of the forest. There was no honey for them. So they left. And little bear was kind of lonely, and nobody to play with. He's kind of bored, But Papa Bear did what every good father would do. He bought him a video game. So Goldilocks comes up to the door. She looks in. Sure enough, they have all these shiny toys, and she doesn't even know what they are exactly. But she has heard of TV. She's never actually seen one. But yeah, that must be it with the big screen. Looks like HD. Yes, and there's this little thing, with all the buttons on it. They call it, I think they call it re something. She picks it up. Okay, I'm gonna watch this thing. I hear there's storytelling on this all day long, all night too. And so I wonder which button I should push. She pushes the 1. Nothing happened. Pushes the 2. Nothing happens. How about this red one? It says power. That would be good. Power. Something comes up, but it's black. There's a little green number in the corner. So she starts to push the numbers. pushes the numbers, nothing happens. She just gets more numbers. This isn't working. So, okay, let's push these arrows. Let's see, this one goes this way and that way and this way and that way, and nothing happens. This thing must be broken. She throws it in the corner. Oh, what else have we got here? So she goes over, oh, in the corner of the living room, there's a nice, well, she knows what this is. It's a bicycle. She's only wanted a bicycle. Well, really, it's an exercise bike. Mama Bear's exercise because she's getting a little big in the patootie, you know. She's got to get on there and pedal away, and that's what she does. Well, little Goldilocks gets on her. She's too small for it, so she has to stand up. She's going, oh, this is fun. I wish I could go somewhere, though. Faster, faster, faster. Boing, spoing. And the thing falls over, and the chain comes off. That's no good. It's busted. Darn. Well, what else do we got here? She goes over in the corner, and there's a little screen, and there's a little box with some little sticks sticking out. Oh, and there's some numbers on it. Little circles with numbers on it. And up at the top it says, high score. That sounds like fun. And there's a little button. And it says, pause. You know, P-A-W-S, pause. That must be bear pause. So she pushes it. And all of a sudden the whole thing goes kablooey, 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 kablooey. Well, that's no fun. I don't even know how to work these things. Just then she hears, dong, coming up the path. Hey-ho, we're home, we're home. Oh my goodness. And she rushes under the kitchen table to hide. Oh no, if they catch me here. The bears come in, and they look around. Papa Bear goes, fee, fi, fo. No, run for it. Papa Bear goes, I smell something wrong. Oh my God. Look at this. Somebody's been here. Mama Bear runs over to. Somebody's been on my exercise machine, and they broke it, Papa Bear. And the little baby bear goes up to his, Dad, somebody's been playing with my video game, and they lost my highest score I ever had. Now I have nobody to play with, and nothing to play with. Papa Bear, well, never mind, we'll go watch TV. So he goes to his remote, and he starts pushing the buttons, and he starts pushing the menu. Who's been in this house? I'll bet I know. I'll bet it's that little red-headed Goldilocks. I'm calling her mother. Where is she? Let's find her. Go in the bedroom, he says to Mama Bear. Look in the closet, he says to Little Bear, and I'll look under the table. He goes up, and he pulls up the cloth, and he looks under the table. And sure enough, there's little Goldilocks, and she dashes between his legs and straight out the door and down the path. And he goes, I'm going to call your mother, you bad, bad girl. She runs up, and up the path. Oh, her mama is already home from church, and she is sitting in the kitchen, tapping on the table. And Goldilocks runs out to the door. Goldilocks, you come in here. Goldilocks, you sit down. Okay, what's the matter? You know exactly what's the matter. It's enough that I'm a single parent, that I have to have a naughty little daughter like you making trouble in the neighborhood. Papa Bear called and said you'd been in their house and you wrecked their video game, and you messed up his remote, and you knocked over Mama Bear's exercise machine? Wow. You are such a bad little girl. I am going to punish you. What am I going to do? Oh, dear. Oh, don't crown me. Oh, please. Why don't you just, says Goldilocks, why don't you just give me pie? All right, I'm going to give you pie, like I spent all night making that pumpkin pie for a bad little girl like you. Yes, please. Can't we have pie now, Mama? Please, I know your pies are the best ever. Little girl, I am going to punish you this time in a way you'll never forget. So she pulls out her used paper bag from Sid's. She opens it up. She puts the pie right in there. She goes to the refrigerator and she takes the Haagen-Dazs, puts it right in there too. Little girl, and she puts this right in her arms and she says, you go back to that bear's house and you give him that pie and that ice cream and you tell him that you're sorry. And I never, never want you to do this again. Do you hear me? I'm sorry, Mom. Can I have a little bite? No, you can't have a little bite. Don't you dare touch that pie. Now get along. So Goldilocks goes up the path and up to the door. And up. Now, Mama Bear opens the door. Well, it's you again. What are you doing here? I came to bring you the Haagen-Dazs and the pumpkin pie my mom made. And I came to say, I'm sorry. I'll never bust into your house again. She sure had some neat games. Well, all right. We forgive you. And the little bear pokes his head out from behind Mama. Hi, Goldilocks. Hi. And Goldilocks says, shh, don't talk to me. And she walks down the path. And little bear has a little lollipop, you know, that he got at the post office in that little mailbox on the counter. Because his parents won't let him buy candy, but it was free. And he pulls out his little lollipop, you know, it's a Tootsie Pop. It's cherry with the Tootsie Pop stuff in the side. And he runs up to her, Goldilocks, here's a lollipop. Oh, for me? That's so cool. You're giving me your Tootsie Pop? That's so cool. Thank you, little bear. And she takes it. And then she looks at him and she says, do you want to be friends? Little bear says, yeah, I would like to be friends. You want to come to my house and play video games? Video games? What's that? Says Goldilocks. I'll teach you all about it. First, I got to talk to my mother. Okay. And down the path she goes, lollipop, lollipop. Oh, lollipop, lollipop, lollipop. Oh, lollipop, lollipop.